Welcome to online classes. In this video, I would like to make you learn what is a new economic environment or a new economic environment. It is also known as New Economic Policy 1991 because here the year 1991 has historical information and historical importance in India. The new economic environment comprises the recent developments that have taken place in the environment of business. The term environment refers to all those factors that are external to the individual or business unit or industry. No single business unit has any control over such external factors because the economic environment of India, particularly, is highly concerned with the external factors so that no individual business firm can affect the economic environment of the nation. Economic environment is basically macro in nature and the business firm is micro in nature. In other words, economical factors constitutes the main system in which the firm is only a micro subsystem. In this video, we are going to learn about the contents like the new industrial policy and exports imports policies and the impact of policies regarding sales tax, income tax, wealth tax, property tax, which affects the economic environment of a nation. So here, when you observe, the buzzwords are economic environment. It involves micro environment and macroeconomic environment. The microeconomic environment comprises and it influences the market size, demand, supply, competitors, suppliers, distribution chain such as retail stores, etc. Because the micro environment is related to the business unit or to an industry or to a company so that it cannot show impact on the economic environment. And next one is a macroeconomic environment. Macroeconomic environment is the external environment so that it comprises political, economical, demographic, socio-cultural, technological and ecological. These are the wide concepts which influences the economic environment of a nation. For example, I will tell you two concepts. If the political situation changed in a nation and they will bring up some new changes in economy so that it shows the impact on the nation. Maybe they modify, they restrict, they liberalize, or else they will come up with new policies so that it will show the impact on economic development of a nation. And the next one is demographic. So demographic means regional impact. All the regions cannot affect in the same manner because the focus of the region is separate, different, and they are focusing on sometimes the resources are abundant in some regions so that they may not have such impact of economic crisis. So these are the examples for macroeconomic environment. Let us see what is a new economic policy. The new economic policy was launched in the year 1991 under the leadership of Prime Minister P.V. Narasimha Rao. This policy opened a door to the Indian economy for global exposure for the first time. For the first time means the previous governments of India have more debts, and they the previous government of India is the main reason for the economic crisis, so that the P.V. Narasimha Rao, the former prime minister, and the finance minister, former prime minister, and the finance minister at the time of P.V. Narasimha Rao period, Sri Manmohan Singh, they have framed this new economic policy, and the Manmohan Singh is known as the father of a new economic policy 1991. They approached World and International Monetary Fund for the support and help, and they suggested Narasimha Rao to open the door for global exposure and to liberalize, so that in this new economic policy, P.V. Narasimha Rao government reduced the import duties, opened a reserved sector for the private players, they encourage private sector, and devalued the Indian currency to increase the exports. If the exports are more, we will get foreign reserves, so that the country will get strengthened. This is also known as LPZ model. The main branches of this new economic policy in 1991 is LPZ, which is known as liberalization, privatization, and globalization. In this policy, their liberalization means relaxation on import tariffs and deregulations of markets, or opening the market for private and foreign players, or reduction of taxes and expand the economic wings of the country. So, if the country exposes the private sector which is reserved for the public sector, then it helps for raising the fund from private sector, and it allows some relaxation to the nation, and there is a chance to strengthen the economy. And when the foreign players enters the market with some restrictions or with some liberalizations, we'll get foreign resource as well as the foreign product, so that the people of the nation will have some effective influence on the usage of products and the standard of living. The former Prime Minister Manmohan Singh is considered to be the father of new economic policy of India, which has launched on July 24th, 1991. Let us see what are the objectives of new economic policy. The main objective is to plunge Indian economy a new thrust on market orientation. It wanted to create a new plunge in the market orientation. It means for producing new kind of products, or entering into the world market, or at the same time inviting the people from foreign trade is the objective, to bring down the rate of inflation. So inflation means the situation where the prices are higher. So due to the scarcity of resources, the prices might be raised, so that when the products are sufficient in the nation, we can also bring down the rate of inflation. So that this is also one of the objective of new economic policy, to move towards higher economic growth rate. So whenever we export our products to our other countries or abroad, will get foreign reserves, so that the company will become more strengthened in view of value, currency value, and with the resources available in the nation. To build sufficient foreign exchange reserves, as we already discussed it, so this reserve is needed to be in competition or to be in the market for long run survival, to convert the economy into a market economy. So creating the place to attract the world, to get some funds from abroad. See, for example, we have Kia Motors in AP. So they are coming. They launched or established their plant in AP, which creates employment as well as it creates revenue. So that we are creating market, we are creating the place, and we are creating uh, employment with the new economic policy to achieve economic stabilization. So, economic stabilization is a long run process where it has been dependent on various factors, various external factors which are controllable and which are in the hands of politicians. So, in this epidemic and pandemic situation, it is very much needed to stabilize the economy with the measures taken by RBI as well as the central government, with the measures of WHO as well as the International Monetary Fund. UN also gives some suggestions to all the nations to be follow and the impact of this pandemic situation, removing all kind of unnecessary restrictions. So till 1991 there is a restriction of entering into the business to the private sector, as well as inviting the foreign people to our nation for doing the business. So whenever the restrictions are removed, then we'll get sufficient products, we'll get the foreign reserves. So it has become very easy to do the business globally, to permit the international flow of goods, services, capital, human resources, and technology without many restrictions. So, here with the globalization of the concept of globalization, this flow of goods, services, human resources, and technology will occur with this globalization to increase the participation of private players. So, uh, till 1991, few areas or few sectors are only maintaining, there is a restrictions on few sectors which are only maintained by the public, that means the government, either the state government or the central government. So with the establishment of this new economic policy, there is no restrictions in the in participation of private players. So the private players will get some energy, and they will also spend their money to the nation. They will also directly or indirectly they are helping strengthening the economic condition of the nation. So beginning with the mid 1991, the government has made some radical changes in policies related to foreign trade, foreign direct investment, exchange rate, industry, fiscal discipline. The various elements, when put together, constitute an economic policy which marks a big departure what has gone before. So with this 1991 policy, the government has changed, has removed and restricted uh, and given a relaxation to many concepts to focus and strengthen the economy. So next one, the main measures adopted in the new economic policy is LPG. We also know that L means liberalization, Z means globalization, and P means privatization. These are the three concepts which has changed the economy of India from 1991. And with the help of this one, with the implementation or establishment of 1991 only, we all get many foreign company products, and at the same time we are also exporting our products to the abroad. Liberalization. So liberalization means simply we can say it's a relaxation. So relaxation, what in what concepts we are giving a relaxation? Let us see. Free determination of interest rate by the commercial banks. So here commercial banks has been giving some free interest rate. There is a low interest rate by the commercial banks to the business. Commercial banks means who are giving funding or funds to the business concerns. Increase in the investment limit for the small scale industries, which means it helps the small scale industries to become more strengthened. Freedom to import capital goods. So capital goods means here the goods which produce another goods. It means that tools, machinery, equipment will comes under capital goods. So that freedom to import, you can import the capital goods which you like from any country from the world. Freedom for expansion and production to industries. uh, Before 1991 there is no freedom to expand their business and production. So it means government will prescribe, they give, government will give guidelines to the industry at which they need to produce and follow as per the guidelines of production in the year. At the same time in the expansion, whenever they need to expand, they wanted to expand their companies or their business across the nation, they need to get license or permission from the government. So that it has been liberalized. It means relaxation has been given to the people who need to expansion and production to the industries. The next one is abolition of restrictive trade practices. So restrictive trade practices means so few people they are illegally they are producing few kind of products called uh, liquor and illegal activities which are not legalized and without the permission from the government they are producing. Removal of industries license and registrations. So privates, previously private sector had to obtain license from government for starting a new venture. In this policy private sector has been freed from licensing and other restrictions. So other restrictions means it has been given permission to the private people to expand their business. So that's it. And industries licensing is necessary for following industries. So here to start a liquor industry or a company, they need to take a permission, or cigarettes, on defense equipment, because it is mainly made by the government only. So that it is highly necessary to take permission from the government. Industrial explosives, drugs, hazardous chemicals. So these are the restricted industries and necessary to follow the guidelines of the government. The next one is privatization. Privatization means permitting the private sector to set up industries which were previously reserved for the public sector. So it means they can also enter into the public sector. So recently we have an example that Telangana government supports privatization of a few sectors in their state. And literally speaking, privatization is the process of involving private sector in the ownership of public sector units, that is public sector undertakings. Means involving the private people in the organization and administration of few sectors. So these are the steps which comes under, these are the precautionary or measures which has been followed in the privatization. Sales of shares of PSU, public sector undertakings. So they are selling few shares to the private sector. Disinvestment in the public sector undertakings. So taking back the fund from the public sector undertakings by the government, so that it can help the private sector to enter into the business, minimizing the public sector. number of industries reserved for the public sector was reduces from 17 to 2. So with the establishment of 1991 economic policy, you observe only two sectors which are operated and regulated by controlled by the central government is railway operations as well as atomic energy, and rest of all other sectors have been the participation of a private sector or it has been privatized. Next one is globalization. Globalization means to make global or worldwide consideration the whole world. So the globalized market or the globalized market for everything. It means broadly speaking, globalization means the interaction of domestic economy with the rest of the world with regard to foreign investment, trade, production and financial matters. So the interference of one nation with the several nations for doing business is known as globalization. And these are the steps which has been taken for globalization. Reduction of tariffs. So reduction of tariffs means generally the custom duties and tariffs are imposed on imports and exports, so that they have been reduced or some are removed, so that the investors from foreign countries may be attracted to the domestic company. The next one is long term trade policy. So whenever the people entered into the domestic country for doing business, they have to give the long term trade policy enforced, so that we have some full fledged strengthen the economy. And another features are liberal policy. It means relaxation. All controls on foreign trade have been removed. Open competition has been encouraged, so that the domestic companies can also be compete with the foreign companies in view of market. So with this we have completed and learned about new economic policy. Thank you so much. Please do follow this channel for more videos.